All right, so after months and months of leaks, rumors, and a whole lot of speculation, it's finally official. Krafton has pulled back the curtain on its brand new game, an extraction shooter called PUBG Black Budget.
Yep, you heard that right. The game has an official page up on Steam, like right now. And you can actually head over there and request access to the closed alpha test. They've dropped a ton of new information, so let's break down everything you need to know.
So what is this new game that's got everybody so hyped up? Let's really dig into what makes this thing tick.
So here's our game plan. We're going to cover what kind of game it is, the moment-to-moment gameplay, the story behind it all, how you'll progress and get stronger, and of course, the most important part, how you can get your hands on it right away. Okay, let's dive right in. At its heart, Black Budget is all about tension, survival, and dealing with the unknown. We're talking high stakes, high-stress gameplay.
Now, if you're new to the genre, here's a quick rundown. An extraction shooter isn't just about being the last one standing. It's more like a high-stakes heist. You drop into a map to find awesome loot, but you're fighting not just other players, that's the PvP, but also AI enemies, the PvE. And then you have to get out alive. You have to extract, because if you die, all that cool gear you brought in with you, yeah, it's gone. It is intense.
Okay, this is really interesting. The game is being built as an FPP-first experience. That means it's designed from the ground up for first-person perspective, which totally dials up that tension and immersion, kind of like an Escape from Tarkov. But you gotta pay attention to the wording here. Calling it FPP first is a massive hint that a third-person or TPP mode could definitely be coming later. And honestly, that's a brilliant move. It lets them win over the hardcore FPP fans first, while keeping the door wide open for the massive TPP player base from the original PUBG.
So let's talk about what this is actually like to play. What does a typical mission, a typical loop, look like when you're on the ground?
First off, it looks like this is built around 3-player squads, so grab 2 of your friends.
And you'll be dropping onto this island with 45 players in total. Now the map is only 2.5 by 2.5 kilometers, which means things are gonna get chaotic and they're gonna get chaotic fast.
And you're on a tight schedule. You've only got 30 minutes for each mission. That's your window. Get in, do what you need to do, and get out before that clock hits 0. And to add even more pressure, there's this thing called the anomaly. You can basically just think of it as Black Budget's version of the classic PUBG Blue Zone. It's the supernatural force that is constantly shrinking the playable area, forcing everyone closer together.
And its purpose is just brilliant, really. The anomaly makes sure no 2 matches feel the same. It forces you into fights, it stops people from camping in one spot forever, and it's probably the thing that'll wipe out any players who don't manage to extract in time. Every single second is going to count.
So why are you on this dangerous island to begin with? What's the story behind all this chaos? Let's get into it. So the setup is this. You're a seasoned contractor hired for a top secret job. Your destination is this weird, abandoned research facility on an island that's, well, it's trapped in a time loop by the anomaly. Your mission is to get in there, pull out some secret tech, and figure out what in the world is going on. And that name, Black Budget, might even be a hint at some wild sci-fi stuff, like using black holes for extraction. Now, what you do in these matches isn't just a one-and-done deal. Black Budget is being built with a really deep and rewarding progression system that sticks with you between missions. It all feeds into this really satisfying gameplay loop. You deploy, you survive, you get out with valuable stuff. Then, you use that stuff back at your base to upgrade your gear, which lets you take on even tougher missions from different factions. It's that classic, addictive cycle that just keeps you coming back for one more run. And you'll get to build out your own personal base, with crafting stations and stash upgrades, a lot like in Tarkov. You'll also be taking jobs from 3 rival factions to unlock exclusive gear. But, and this is so important, there's level-based matchmaking. This is a huge deal. It means new players won't constantly be thrown into matches against veterans with insane gear. That gives everyone a fighting chance and is absolutely crucial for a game like this.
Okay, this is probably the part you've been waiting for. How can you actually get in on this and play the game yourself?
All right, you're going to want to mark your calendars. There are 2 limited public playtests coming up fast. The first is December 12th through the 14th. The second is December 19th through the 21st. And maybe the best part of all this, there is no NDA, no non-disclosure agreement. So you're free to stream it, make videos, and talk about everything you see.
So, to get in, the first thing you should do is go to the official Black Budget page on Steam and request access. Now, if you want to guarantee a spot, you can watch live streams on Twitch during the playtest windows to earn a key through their drop system. And these tests are going to be open to players in North America, Europe, and Asia.
But hey, before you jump in, there's one last really important thing to consider. The game looks absolutely incredible, but that's going to cost you. Let's take a look at the kind of hardware you're going to need.
So the minimum system requirements are pretty demanding, not gonna lie. You're gonna need at least an RTX 2060 or something equivalent, 16 gigs of RAM, and it looks like Windows 11 is listed as the required OS. That means if you have an older rig that still runs the original PUBG just fine, you might need to think about upgrading to get a good experience here.
So that's everything we know so far. You're getting a blend of PUBG's incredible gunplay, Tarkov's deep rewarding systems, and this really cool lore with the shrinking anomaly. So the question is that recipe going to be enough to make Black Budget the new king of extraction shooters? It's a really competitive genre, but I guess we're all about to find out very, very soon.